Longtime single friends Ben and Alice vow to be each other's plus ones to every wedding they've been invited to survive a summer of wedding fever. Sometime along the way, things start to take a romantic turn. Stick around to the end to see how their journey unfolds. Hello and welcome to Comedy Recap. Today we're going to give you a recap of the film Plus One, which is a movie from the romantic comedy genre. An amazing film that is to be watched with someone you love. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. You will certainly have a wonderful time. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. The movie starts and we see people making speeches at a wedding. After many examples of ideal speeches, the scene shifts and we see Ben King practicing for his wedding speech. He is helped by Alice Morey, his college friend. The two argue on whether Ben's best man speech is good. Ben seems to think that a best man speech should be heartfelt and should be full of emotion. Alice, on the other hand, disagrees. She thinks the speech should be funny. Ben asks her to leave the room, but thinks about what Alice just said. The scene changes and we see Ben delivering an amazing speech at the wedding. It seems like he has listened to Alice, as he is cracking a lot of jokes, making the crowd laugh. He wraps it up with a heartfelt ending, earning him lots of applause from not only the bride and the groom, but the whole crowd of guests too. While high-fiving guests and thanking them for their compliments, he heads over to his table. Here he sees Alice. He boasts to her as his speech went well too, and Alice replied that it was because of her that he changed the script. Alice, who recently broke up with her lover Nate owing to his infidelity, overindulges in drinks and gets drunk. As a result, Ben has to assist her. Ben has a crush on Jess Ramsey, a former classmate with whom he intends to build a love relationship, and initially, the two hit it off. Ben flirts with her, but mistakenly saw her compliments as flirting back, and he tries to kiss her. But he is left embarrassed when she refuses to kiss him because she is engaged. He goes back to his room and finds Alice lying in his bed. Ben tells her about his failed attempt with Jess, to which Alice started crying since she is still recovering from a breakup. Ben and Alice share their frustrations about having to navigate wedding season alone at the hotel, and they resolve to help each other out by being one another's dates, with Alice promising to assist Ben in meeting women. At the weddings, Alice promises to use blunt tactics to introduce Ben to several single ladies. Ben, on the other hand, is concentrated on finding the ideal relationship rather than casual flings. The next morning, Ben drops her home and goes to his home to find many wedding invitations. Later, Ben goes to visit his father, then proceeds to play golf with him. His father, Chuck, asks Ben about his job, to which Ben replies that he is thinking of leaving his startup and going to find something he is passionate about. He has lost interest in his work recently. Afterward, Ben finds out that Chuck has proposed to his much younger fiancée, Gina. Ben advises his father to think about his decision, citing Chuck's 2 prior disastrous marriages. Moreover, the fact that Gina is half his age further complicates matters according to Ben. Chuck says he tried his best for 16 years with Ben's mom, and now he thinks this is the right decision. On the other hand, Ben and Alice continue to go to weddings together, as neither of them has a partner. At one particular wedding, Alice says they should do this at every wedding. They should be each other's plus one. Ben initially refuses, as they are forced to share a motel bed. Alice tries to snuggle with Ben, making him uncomfortable. Later on, he accepts Alice's proposal of going to weddings together. The scene changes. We see the two attending another wedding, Paul and Marissa's wedding. After the wedding, they go to their motel, which thankfully has 2 beds this time. The two then change to go to the pool to relax. Here Alice meets Maggie. Later, she sets up a date between Maggie and Ben, who Maggie finds cute. They all go to a party that night. Alice finds a guy, Trevor, and the two hit it off. On the other hand, Ben and Maggie share a kiss. The next day, the two talk about their potential partners. When Alice says that she hasn't progressed with Trevor, Ben says that she needs to forget Nate. This upsets Alice, and she says that she finds it hard to open up to people and is not in the mood to date anyone new right now. Afterward, the two go to another wedding. Here, Alice meets Ben's parents, who instantly love her. Chuck also invites Alice to his wedding. When leaving the table, Chuck asks Ben to be his best man. Ben is taken aback and tells Chuck he will let him know soon. On the other hand, Alice finds her friend who asks her about Nate. Even though Alice repeatedly says that they broke up, her friend kept on mentioning Nate. As a result, Alice leaves. Ben, who is a little depressed after his interaction with Chuck, meets Alice and asks her to get crazy with him. They, along with others, jump into the pool fully dressed, enjoying the moment. Later, everyone leaves and they are left alone. After a long talk, Ben and Alice nearly kiss in the water. They miss the shuttle bus back to the hotel and must walk, cutting through a graveyard, which Alice tries to run across and trips over. They embrace and later make love after Ben helps her with the cut on her arm. The following day, the two enjoy an uneasy breakfast and decide not to talk about the previous night. Ben and Alice travel to Hawaii for a destination wedding a few weeks later. They meet and it seems that they have left everything behind. Alice even jokes about it. When they enter their room, it feels like a luxury. Later on, Ben brings up their previous encounter and the two embrace their mutual affection for each other. Now that they have expressed their affection, they continue to make love. We also learn that the reason for the room being luxurious was because Ben intended them to live as a couple. He even asked her to stay one or more days with him in Hawaii, to which Alice agrees, just because they were friends for so long. They had good chemistry and have an amazing time together. Later, the scene changes and we see that the two are attending the wedding of Alice's sister Lily. After assisting Alice's sister in planning a successful wedding, Ben obtains Alice's parents' approval, so much so that Alice's mother says that he should marry her daughter. Later, when Alice hears that Ben has been asked to be his father's best man, she is concerned as to why he didn't tell her or declined. Ben vents his concerns about his father, stating that he is still bitter about his parents' divorce. Despite their obvious dislike for each other, Alice's parents stayed together for her and her sister. As Ben and Alice prepare to attend another wedding, they are arguing about Alice forgetting the wedding gift, and Ben is irritated by her casual attitude. Ben informs her he doesn't see their relationship continuing any further at the wedding, and they break up. After ingesting acid at his bachelor party, Chuck calls Ben for a ride one night, and the two reconcile, with Ben finally accepting to be his father's best man. The rest of the weddings are attended by Ben alone, and he makes a drunken spectacle of himself, causing his friend Matt to intervene. Ben realizes his error after some debate and shows up at a wedding Alice had previously invited him to, only to discover that she is back with Nate. He tries to explain himself to Alice and expresses his love for her, but she scolds him. Ben returns home after some time and finds Alice waiting for him. The couple declares their love and rekindles their romance. Ben offers a moving speech to his father and new stepmother Gina at Chuck's wedding, while Alice cheers and applauds. So that's all the time we had today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and do not forget to subscribe to Comedy Recap, the best channel for watching the recaps of your favorite comedy movies. Lastly, do hit the bell icon to remain updated about all our future videos. Till then, see ya!